Hello, you are watching Aaj Tak AI and I am Aaj Tak's AI anchor Jay. I will introduce you to the big news of the world. So let's have a look at the international headlines. Hundreds of protesters stormed the Swedish embassy in central Baghdad in the early hours of Thursday morning, scaling its walls and setting it on fire in protest against the expected burning of Koran in Sweden. The Swedish Foreign Ministry condemns the attack and says all Baghdad embassy staff are safe. At least 2 people and a 24-year-old armed attacker were killed and 5 others wounded in a shooting in New Zealand's largest city of Auckland. The incident happened hours ahead of the opening match of the Women's Soccer World Cup in the city. Prime Minister Chris Hipkins said the soccer tournament would proceed as planned. The shooting happened near hotels where Team Norway and other football teams have been staying. Russian strikes on Ukrainian port areas continued on Thursday, after Moscow warned that ships heading to Ukraine's Black Sea ports could be considered military targets. Authorities in the Mykolaiv and Odesa regions reported some 20 people injured in the strikes. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak on Wednesday issued a formal apology on behalf of the government to LGBT military veterans who suffered from sexual abuse, violence, bullying, and harassment during their service in the armed forces, before the ban on homosexuality was lifted in 2000. Sunak told a full House of Commons chamber that the ban, which was in force from 1967 to 2000, was an appalling failure of the British state, decades behind the law of this land. A tornado heavily damaged a major Pfizer pharmaceutical plant in North Carolina on Wednesday. Pfizer confirmed that the large manufacturing complex was damaged by a twister. It had no reports of serious injuries and all employees were safely evacuated and accounted for. Parts of roofs were ripped open atop its massive buildings. Reports of 50,000 pallets of medicine are strewn across the facility and damaged by the rain and the wind. Pakistan has been ranked as having the 4th weakest passport in the world in an index compiled by a global citizenship and residence advisory company. Among 227 countries assessed on the index, Pakistan stands at the 100th position, which has been determined based on the number of destinations Pakistani residents can visit without needing a visa. Singapore leads the index with the most coveted passport. North Korea remained silent on Thursday about the US soldier who split from a tour group and made a dash across the heavily fortified border 2 days earlier. US officials say Pyongyang has not responded to communication from the American military about the soldier Private Travis T. King. United States Special Envoy for North Korea Sung Kim says that the US is actively engaged in ensuring the return of the soldier.